everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Alfia Qureshi. So in the last video we talked about the cubital fossa. Now in this video we'll talk about the flexor retinaculum. So the flexor retinaculum is a fibrous sheath on the anterior aspect of wrist which forms the roof of carpal tunnel. Okay. So these are the carpal bones and this one is the flexor retinaculum. This is the cross section of wrist region. So the flexor retinaculum is present here. Okay, in this region between the thenar and hypothenar muscles, this flexor retinaculum is present here. Okay, and attached to the carpal bones. Okay, 4 carpal bones, it has attachments, and some structures are passing superficial to this and some structures are passing deep to this. Okay, and below there is the bones, carpal bones, and above there is flexor retinaculum. So there is a formation of tunnel like structure which is known as carpal tunnel. Okay, so flexor retinaculum is this structure. This is thenar muscle that is on the thumb side. This is hypothenar muscles, and this retinaculum has a superficial slip on the medial side, and on the lateral side there is a deep slip. So let us write down the attachments. So on the medial side it attaches to the hook of hamate and pisiform bone, and on the lateral side it attaches to the trapezium and scaphoid bone. Okay, these are the attachments, and now we'll see the structures passing through. So structures passing superficial are so in the superficial slip the ulnar nerve and vessels are passing. Okay, this is the superficial slip and these are the ulnar nerve and ulnar artery. Okay, and also there is palmaris longus tendon, and there are 2 cutaneous nerves, that is cutaneous branch of ulnar nerve on the medial side, and on the lateral side is palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. So these are the structures passing superficial to the flexor retinaculum. Palmaris longus tendon and palmar cutaneous branches of ulnar and median nerves. Okay, median nerves. Now let us see the structures passing deep to this retinaculum. So this is carpal tunnel, and in this tunnel there are 2 bursa. One is this ulnar bursa and second is this radial bursa. So in the ulnar bursa the tendons of muscle flexor digitorum superficialis and flexor digitorum profundus are passing. So above there is flexor digitorum superficialis tendon and below there is flexor digitorum profundus tendon. So this is the ulnar bursa and these are the tendons passing through this. Okay, and this one is the radial bursa. It holds the flexor pollicis longus muscle tendon. Okay, and this one is the deep slip, and in the deep slip the tendon is flexor carpi radialis. Okay, and then there is this median nerve. Okay, median nerve. So these are the structures passing deep to this carpal tunnel or flexor retinaculum. Now let us write down them. Structures passing deep to flexor retinaculum are in the ulnar bursa. There are flexor digitorum superficialis tendon above and flexor digitorum profundus. Profundus means deep, okay? So flexor digitorum profundus tendon below. So this is about the ulnar bursa. Now the radial bursa. Which covers the tendon of flexor pollicis longus muscle, okay? Then in the deep slip there is tendon of flexor carpi radialis, okay? Tendon of flexor carpi radialis muscle, and then there is one nerve which is median nerve, okay? Now let us see in the atlas. So these are the fingers. This is ulna bone, this is radius bone, and this structure here is our flexor retinaculum, okay? So this is the flexor retinaculum on the medial. This one is the medial side. So here it is attached to the hook of hamate bone. Then below there is pisiform bone, and on the lateral side there is this tubercle of trapezoid bone, and on below it there is tubercle of scaphoid bones, okay? So these are the carpal bones from which the flexor retinaculum are attached. So here the ulnar artery and ulnar nerve are passing superficial, you can see superficial to the flexor retinaculum, and this one is a median nerve, okay? And lateral to the median nerve there is flexor pollicis longus which is in the radial bursa. Then lateral to this muscle there is flexor carpi radialis which is in the deep slip, okay? And this is the palmaris longus. This is opened up like this, and when it covers, the palmaris longus tendon passes straight from this region, okay? From this region the palmaris longus tendon passes, okay? So here the flexor retinaculum is shown clearly, and these are all the tendons. Above there are 4 tendons of flexor digitorum superficialis, and below the 4 tendons are of flexor digitorum profundus, okay? So here all the contents are also shown and attachments are also shown. There is another diagram which is more clear. These are the thenar muscles, these are hypothenar muscles, and this one is the flexor retinaculum here, okay? These are the ulnar nerve and artery passing superficial. This is the blue, this blue structure is the ulnar bursa which holds the tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis and profundus, and then this blue is the radial bursa, okay? This is the radial bursa, this is ulnar bursa, and these are the branches of median nerve. This is the median nerve here, okay? So this is a clear diagram of flexor retinaculum. Now let us discuss a clinical point of this flexor retinaculum, that is carpal tunnel syndrome, okay? Carpal tunnel syndrome, which is due to compression of median nerve which is passing through this carpal tunnel. So due to compression of median nerve So here we have motor loss, sensory loss, and vasomotor changes also. And then there is trophic changes also in skin. Okay. So in the motor changes there is eighth thumb deformity. Okay. Eighth thumbs like eight, that this thumb is extended like this and it will not move like this. This opposition movement of this thumb is lost, and the thenar muscles, there is wasting of thenar muscles in this region because the median nerve mainly supplies this lateral side. So all the losses are in the lateral side. Okay. So in the sensory loss also there is the sensory loss of lateral 3.5 fingers. So 1, 2, 3.5. So there is sensory loss of this 3.5 fingers, and this region is also warmer than this as compared to this region. Okay. So these are all the losses, and if the syndrome is persisting for a long time, there is also dry skin and scaly skin on this region. So on the sensory loss there is lateral 3.5 finger, there is loss of sensation, numbness. Okay. And for the vasomotor there is the region is warmer as compared to other regions. Okay. And the trophic changes there is dry scaly skin. So it is seen that the syndrome is commonly seen among the women of age 40 to 70, and the pains, there is pain in the region of wrist which is more in the night and on the both side. So this is all about the carpal tunnel syndrome, and this is all about the flexor retinaculum. Hope you guys liked the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and also press the bell icon. Thanks for watching the video.